Silverstone didn't just hear it, it felt it. A sound not unfamiliar to the British countryside. But this time it wasn't for a Mercedes. It was a red roar. A Ferrari roar. And at the center of it, Lewis Hamilton. 9-time winner here. Hometown hero. But this wasn't nostalgia. This was disruption. On Friday morning, as practice got underway, Hamilton delivered a lap that didn't just put him top of the timing sheets. It punctured Ferrari's status quo. Topped FP1, P3, and FP2. But the timing wasn't the message. The message was in the silence that followed, the stunned paddock, the subdued expressions, the quiet calculations happening on the pit wall. This wasn't a driver adapting to a new team anymore. This was a driver reclaiming familiar territory in unfamiliar colors. As Charles fiddled with setup changes lap after lap, Hamilton's SF-25 remained planted, stable, almost unnaturally so. In high-speed corners that once punished his driving style, Hamilton was now surgical, smooth, early on the throttle. That's not just data. That's chemistry. That's trust. Ferrari brought Hamilton for legacy. But now, on home soil, with fans wrapped in red and memories of Mercedes' dominance still fresh, the question has changed. It's no longer, can Hamilton deliver? It's, can Leclerc survive what's coming? Because from the moment Hamilton stepped out of that garage on Friday, Ferrari was no longer Leclerc's team alone. The red car is being hunted by its own. And Silverstone just became the proving ground. What the cameras didn't show during Friday's sessions, the data screamed loud and clear. Hamilton's pace wasn't just a matter of raw lap time. It was built on a foundation Ferrari engineers have spent half a season trying to locate. The SF-25, notoriously unpredictable through high-speed corners like Copse and the Maggots-Beckett's Chapel complex, suddenly looked tamed under Hamilton's control. How? Ride height, balance, a shift in mechanical grip, timing that suggested Hamilton and his race engineer Riccardo Adami had cracked a setup window previously out of reach. His throttle application through Sector 2 was noticeably earlier, with fewer mid-corner corrections allowing for greater ERS deployment precision on exit. In short, efficiency. While Leclerc fought with understeer into turn 13, captured in a terse radio transmission, I still can't feel the rear. Hamilton's car displayed corner entry confidence and exit fluidity. That isn't just fast, it's sustainable. And on high fuel runs, the degradation curve confirmed it. Both drivers ran similar stint lengths on the same compound, but Hamilton's delta per lap stayed consistently tighter. Less tire wear, more balance. Engineers flagged his long-run telemetry as race-prepped. Not just quick. That matters because at Silverstone, where tire life dictates pit strategy and track position is king, control over degradation becomes prophecy. The shift isn't just physical, it's mathematical. Leclerc's Sunday strength has been tire management, but now that edge is gone. Ferrari's internal simulation models are being recalibrated, not around car averages, but Hamilton's inputs. And while the car itself hasn't fundamentally changed, the man in the cockpit has. He's no longer testing limits. He's setting them. That's not adaptation. That's evolution. And as the engineers know too well, once a driver and a car find harmony at Silverstone, they're not racing the field. They're rewriting it. Inside the Ferrari garage, the mood wasn't tense, it was quiet. And in Formula One, silence speaks louder than any team radio. While Hamilton sat relaxed after FP2, arms crossed, reviewing telemetry with a familiar calm, Leclerc stood alone by his car, helmet still on, eyes locked on the monitors. No smiles, no small talk, just static focus. The shift wasn't just in pace, it was in presence. For the past 2 seasons, Ferrari had shaped itself around Leclerc. His feedback molded the development. His rhythm dictated the race simulations. He was their future. But now, that future feels suddenly shared. Riccardo Adami, once Leclerc's right hand in setup refinement, now speaks Hamilton's technical language fluently. Mid-session changes are executed with surgical speed. No confusion. No delay. During one quiet moment in FP2, Adami simply said, "Box now. Plan Delta Red." Within minutes, Hamilton was back out, hitting sector deltas with uncanny precision. Leclerc's run, meanwhile, was delayed. Tires cooled. Rhythm lost. The change is subtle, but decisive. Trust is shifting. The team isn't fracturing, but its emotional center of gravity is no longer fixed. It's moving. And Leclerc feels it. His post-session comment, "We still need to find something for qualifying," sounded more like an internal admission than a media line. What he didn't say, but everyone heard, was, "I'm not ahead anymore." Because this isn't just about lap times or setup windows. It's about psychological momentum. In a team that only has room for one alpha voice when it matters most, Hamilton's confidence has begun to fill the room. The engineers are watching. So are the strategists. And Leclerc, for the first time in years, isn't chasing a rival in a different car. He's sharing a garage with the storm. And the storm is getting louder. On paper, Ferrari entered Silverstone with a clear internal hierarchy. Ahead in the standings, Leclerc had been the team's Sunday specialist, consistent, composed, the one racking up podiums while Hamilton adapted. But numbers lie when taken out of context. And right now, context is everything. Since Austria, the gap between the two has shrunk, not by miracle, but by merit. In Spielberg, Hamilton finished P4 without relying on chaos or safety cars. Pure pace, pure execution. And Ferrari's data teams flagged something unsettling. In medium-speed corners, Hamilton's entry consistency had overtaken Leclerc's. That's not just a session blip. That's a trend line. At Silverstone, where a tenth can be worth 5 grid spots and strategic freedom, Hamilton's upward curve is now intersecting Leclerc's plateau. High-fuel simulations show Hamilton within striking distance of P2 over a full stint. Add potential rain, and the equation tilts further. If Hamilton finishes ahead on Sunday, he cuts the points gap. And more importantly, the narrative gap. The team starts running dual strategies, not Leclerc-centric ones. Suddenly, the number one driver